What's up guys, it's Drewsmc, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys some simple, easy, effective ways to improve your modern house. So guys, one of the top tips I would give, to make your modern house a little bit better is just to, focus on adding a bit of leaves. And as you guys can see here, I'm sort of just viewing these leaves and just showing you guys how much of an impact they can make on your house. So as you guys can see here, I've added a small variety of bushes, just along the top of this modern house, and I definitely think it makes a nice little improvement on it. As you guys can see, it just gives it like that little more modern feel, adds it a little green, adds a bit more color to the build, and downright just makes it look a lot better. So if you want to improve your modern house, just add some greenery to the to your modern home, and one way to do this is through adding leaves onto the top of your house. Another way to add this greenery is to just is focus on your roof a bit more. And as you guys can see here on this small modern house, what I've done is I've added like this sort of like shrubbery sort of area across the top. And I know it doesn't look downright perfect, but it is quite good, I would say myself, and it just adds a bit more detail to your modern house, because a lot of modern houses, they're quite basic, they're quite very small, they're quite very a long white pillar on this side and a long different pillar on that side. So that's why I would say, guys, if you can just add some greenery whichever way you do it, and I've seen this done in a lot of other houses as well, possibly executed quite better. But yeah, this is just one way of adding that greenery and adding that different sort of style to your roofing. And your roofing is definitely an important part of your modern house, so I definitely say make sure you do try to implement some sort of design on it and just focus on that as well. Next, what I'd like to say is here is the base of like a lot of modern houses that I see built. Well, not really the base, but like one of sort of like the base design, I would say, the basic modern house design. So what I would say is that, as you guys can see here, all of this is simply it's just quite bad. Okay, let's be real, this house is definitely quite bad. Okay, and one thing I would say that this house is definitely lacking is the overhang. So if I go over to this house over here, as you guys will see, I'm going to go over to this house over here and I'm going to show you that this overhang over here definitely adds a real nice touch. As you guys can see, there's a nice little overhang, there's a nice little overhang here, and there's all these sort of inclines around the building, and as you guys can see, it definitely adds up. And I'm going to show you a few of my favorite modern houses at the end in a really nice cinematic, just to give you guys a bit more inspiration as well. So as you guys can see, there's a nice little overhang, there's a nice little overhang here, a huge little overhang, there's overhang here. And I just feel like when people forget about their house and just forget to sort of add certain features, it just doesn't work up, and your modern house just doesn't look really nice. So that's what I would say is, you guys can see there's an overhang all around the edges. It just makes the house look a lot more complete. And there's also a nice little overhang here. Don't go too crazy with the overhangs though. Don't go too crazy with the overhangs though, guys, because sometimes it can go wrong, and I will try to show you a house where it does go wrong. Because if you over add, like let's say for example you added too many leaves, it would go wrong. You have to have everything in your house in moderation. So that's why I would say definitely overhangs are definitely something that makes it look good. So just take out the block a couple by on this side, or as you guys can see up here, just take it out along the edges, and it definitely makes it look a lot better. Next, another feature I would say, as you guys can see here, we have another different type of modern house. This is like a small modern house, and I would say another feature that people forget to add is not just using one color. So as you guys can see, the last modern house I showed you was completely white, but that house was still pretty good. But it could have been a lot better. If you guys can see here, I added a variety of colors. So I've got black wall, I've got white wall, I've got stone, and I think I have a bit of grey wall. Or is that just stone? Yeah, it's just a stone. But having a variety of different colors and different features makes your house a lot better, which is all in all it just makes it more interesting. Not to say you should go around using 50 different colors, but having a theme of maybe 1 to 2 different colors, 3 or more different colors, it's just very nice to have that subtlety within it. If you're using a white, red, and white, red and black modern house, you know. It's real nice to just have a theme, and you know, it just really adds to your modern house. So make sure you have like sort of a theme. You know, if you want to do it all white, that's cool, but just try to, you know, if you're going to do it all white, just make sure, you know, you can pull it off, because it is quite hard to do that. You know, just try mix colors as well. So like certain segments of the house, as you guys can see, are white. So we've got this sort of segment here, which is black. Then we've got this sort of segment here, this sort of curved area, which is all white. Then this new sort of structure down here is stone, and then as you guys can see, it's really like a structure, and it's not like someone's just, you know, sticking colors together, rather than it just being, you know, I'm just gonna put this there, I'm just gonna put this there, I'm just gonna put this there. It's really like an actual structure, which is, you know, really cool. So that is another tip for you guys. So as you guys can see here, I'm in my new other world, and as you guys can see, this house is definitely really cool. I really like it, but one thing I did do differently from a lot of modern houses that I'm seeing is that I actually managed to use you know, ice instead of glass. So some modern houses do tend to use glass, as you guys know, and I just prefer it sometimes to, you know, switch it up and use ice, as ice looks a lot smoother. It doesn't have the inclines and the sort of intricacies of glass. However, if you are on PC, you can get smooth glass, so I guess that is okay. But if we were to look at a house over here, as you guys can see, this house over here, it's very sort of different, and you know, if I would have used glass, it would have given it a different texture. It would have made the modern house a bit, you know, different. But I think glass works on this house and would not work on this house. You guys just have to see what works. So a part of building a modern house is definitely trial and error. So as you guys can see here, I wanted this design to be definitely all smooth and all nice, and I achieved that by, you know, as you guys can see, with the ice. And then if you come around here, I want this part to be, you know, sort of intricate. I wanted people to be able to look in, and I sort of had the glass, which, you know, it sort of fitted the design a bit more, because this was a more compact design. This was just more the way I sort of wanted it. Whereas as you guys can see on the long glass window, well, it's not glass, or the long ice window, I wanted it to be more smooth, and I just wanted to look a bit more modern. So that is why I had that. So as you guys can see, these were some of my top tips for building a modern house. Also guys, another tip I have is, apologies for doing that, another tip I have guys is to focus on exterior as well, because the exterior is the main part of your build. As you guys can see, this modern house is pretty good, although this is not the default texture pack for viewing it. I would say that if we look at somewhere like this, if we looked at this garden area definitely adds to the design of the modern house. It makes it look pretty nice. We've got a nice little gravel pathway, you know, there's flowers, there's this, you know, 3 sort of bushes design. Adding stuff like that can definitely improve the worth of your modern house. Some people say it's not worth it, but I would say if you definitely want to build a great modern house, not just a good one, definitely add some more on the exterior as well. And I'll go around the pathway here just to show you what I mean by that. So you guys can see we've got a nice palm tree over here, we've got a really nice back garden, and it just looks really, really cool. So if you guys did enjoy this video, by all means guys, don't forget to leave a like, and if you have any more requests on any house designs that you guys want, or any you know, sort of builds that you are requesting, or any videos that you want from me, by all means guys, don't forget to drop a comment, don't forget to leave a like. It's been Drewsmc, and until the next time guys, it's going to be peace.